Hello everyone, back for another Canary Watch episode, again going live from Google Hangouts. So I hope you guys are well. I'll just quickly tweet this out so a few of you guys come into it. But yeah, I really enjoyed the last live one we done. I thought it went down really well, and it's good fun to interact with you guys on a live level as well. I hope you guys have had a good day. The weather today isn't too great. Personally, what have I been up to? Well, I've been watching the Ashes a bit, doing a bit of stuff at college, mainly looking at the NCFC transfer rumours and being pretty underwhelmed, to be honest. So we'll wait for a few of you guys to get in here before we get anything underway completely. It's saying I'm live, but nothing's actually happening. There we go. Yeah, we're definitely live. So as you guys come in and filter through, please do feel free to hit the like button. That helps it get out to more and more people. And also leave comments. That's the main thing. I want you guys to be leaving comments, all of my thoughts. You know, if you don't agree with me, say so. Have an argument with me. I really don't mind. Maybe some of the things I say doesn't sit well with you. I'm happy to have a discussion in this. I'm looking to make this about 10-15 minutes again. We'll get through all of this stuff. And yeah, it should be good. So let's check if any of you guys are in here first. It always takes a while for a few people to filter through. Anyway, let's get underway. So the first rumour is Ricky van Wolfswinkel. Well, it's not really rumour. This one is legit. Ricky van Wolfswinkel to Sporting Lisbon looks to be off. Yes, in the last Canary Watch, I said that Ricky van Wolfswinkel was likely to go back to Sporting Lisbon. It looked like he would be the player that Sporting Lisbon take on. Sporting Lisbon have gone on to inquire and I think purchase Brian Ruiz from Fulham, which was the first sort of thing Norwich fans were thinking, this could mean the Van Wolfswinkel deal to Sporting Lisbon is now off. It's come out in the press today. I think a few journalists from Portugal and also Holland have been saying that Ricky van Wolfswinkel does not want to move to Sporting Lisbon because of wages. Sorry, let me put my phone on silent. How very unprofessional. So, yeah. What do you guys think of that? Ricky van Wolfswinkel looks like he will be staying at Norwich unless another club comes in. Obviously, Sporting Lisbon haven't got the best financial situation at the moment. I heard of someone that they've put a £60 million release clause on Brian Ruiz, which is crazy. I really don't know where to sit on this Van Wolfswinkel debate. I just don't think I love Ricky as a player. I love Ricky basically. I think he could become good for Norwich. I'm not too sure. I think there's two arguments, isn't there? One of the arguments is he's not an Alex Neil type player. The other one is Alex Neil can pretty much get any player to do well. I'm more on the side of he's not an Alex Neil type player. Cameron Jerome works hard, good finisher. He's the player that Alex Neil, he's the player that he wants in the team. Van Wolfswinkel, jogs about here and there, might score the odd chance. He's a bit like Gary Hooper, just not as hard working and isn't as versatile as Hooper. Hooper hasn't been getting game time, so that worries me if Van Wolfswinkel comes back. Let me just tweet this out once more. Right, there we go. Yeah, so where do you guys lie? Let's see if we've got any comments. Do we have any comments? Yeah, Lee, nice name. Concerned by the players we're being linked to. Yeah, I'm going to come on to who we've been linked to in a little while. I just want to get your thoughts on Van Wolfswinkel, basically, guys. It's strange. It's strange that Van Wolfswinkel knows that he probably isn't in the gaffer's plans next year. It's clear that both parties want Van Wolfswinkel gone. It's clear we're going to be losing money on him. That doesn't really put us off, I don't think. I think we'd probably take £3.5 million for him, to be honest. Etienne also paid a loan fee, so that doesn't make it as bad. We won't be losing too much money on him. We'll probably lose about £4 million on him, which isn't great, but it was a gamble. These big type players are a gamble. But that deal looks like it's off the Sporting Lisbon anyway. He could find another club. I think he's going to be going back to Holland or somewhere. But if he's this stubborn about wages, then he probably won't be going anywhere, because they're not going to be paying big money on wages for Van Wolfswinkel. His stats aren't good enough. He scored 9 goals last season, 5 of them in the league. That's not good enough for a player who wants these top dollar wages. Another one is Robbie Brady. Now, this comes on to Lee's question about who have been linked with. Brady was a player who we were linked with ages ago. And at first, it didn't look like it was going to happen. Then it gathered some momentum. Then we put the original bid in, which I believe was 2.5 million. Now, this was very strange because they'd originally put a £15 million price tag on him. Now, that was ridiculous. That was, of course, Hull didn't want that amount of money. They just put it on him to hopefully get some decent money bid in. So what do? We go in there and stick a awfully low bid in there. Obviously not going to get accepted. Not too sure why we've done it. We then put a bid in, another bid in, something like 3 million, and another bid in, which was about 5 million. No, not 5 million, like 3 million. 3 bids, 3 rejections. You would have thought we would have got the point by the second rejection, but no, we didn't learn from that. Now, the Hull fans' arguments are they paid 8 million for Snodgrass, so Robbie Brady should be worth at least 8 million. Now, I kind of agree with that. I think Snodgrass is a good player. Was he worth 8 million? Not at all. He was probably worth like 5 million. Now, apparently, according to a few sources, Robbie Brady and Hull, they've now valued him at £5 million, which is a bargain. Like, I'd really like to see Robbie Brady at the club for that amount of money. What we have to realise now is that we're not going to be able to get these quality players for cheap prices. They're going to cost us some cash. 5 million in this current market, superb deal. Hopefully, we go in and bid that. But new progression from today is that apparently Hull want to renew his contract. They're trying to renew his contract. Apparently, we were the club that were going to get him if it was any club. Obviously, stupidly low bids. So they're like, no, forget it. We want to keep Robbie Brady. Apparently, that contract is trying to be drawn up now. Interesting stuff. We might have lost out on Robbie Brady. Who knows? Except for that, there's not too much. The Nathan Dyer one, that seems to have died out. That wasn't. I'm not too sure where that one come about in the first place, to be honest. I also heard this stupid rumour that Gary Hooper was off to Sheffield United. That was made by an ITK account. It was then taken on by like big betting corporations, and his odds were slashed. Stupid stuff. That's the transfer market for you. Gary Hooper will not be going to Sheffield United. I can assure you of that. Also today, an academy restructure happened. A few new staff members were allocated positions. Huckabee is now the full-time under-16s coach, and Graham Murty is now the under-18s coach. Last season, Graham Murty was the under-16s coach, along with Darren Huckabee. So they both worked together. That's promising. There'll be a nice link there in between the under-18s and under-16s. Obviously, we need to improve our youth setup a bit. Not so much the talent we've got in there, because it's obvious we've got talent. It's more about bringing it through, and I can really see Alex Neil doing that with Graham Murty and Darren Huckabee. So that's some good stuff. Now, something I wanted to bring up, I was on the bus the other day, and Chris, my good friend, come on there and we started chatting about the transfer market so far. And it made me think how many players we've been linked with, and we still haven't really signed anyone. I mean, yes, Malumbu, Dorrans. Malumbu, yeah, good player. Dorrans, that doesn't really count. It was obvious he was going to come on a permanent. We've been linked with Umberkan. I'm not even going to go through my previous 8 episodes of Canary Watch to see with the players we've been linked with. Tons and tons of players, still haven't signed anyone. The Umberkani deal, that looked like it was going to be wrapped up. We've now got Robbie Brady. That looks like it's fallen through. Players that we've been linked with, and they're just not happening at the moment. And it's not worrying me at this stage, but I think we're going to have to start making moves fairly quickly. Watford, they've already signed some decent players. They got Kapue in the other day, and other teams are making good deals. I mean, Bournemouth, they've signed players, but 8 million for Tyrone Mings. What are they thinking? Deary me, Bournemouth. But the thing I'm trying to get at here is other teams are starting to make transfers. Now, that's not a massive issue for us. We've got a decent team. We don't need many additions. But the thing is, if these players start going to other clubs, we're going to either have to pay inflated fees or not getting them players at all. That's what's worrying me slightly. So, yeah, let me have a look in the comments quickly. What do you guys think of our current transfer market? How it's gone? I know we've got tons of time left. But, yeah, we've got a few questions on Yedlin, Bradley Snadden asking, and also Joe Grange. I haven't heard anything on the Yedlin deal. It hasn't been reported at all. Yeah, I mean, I know no more than you on the Yedlin deal. Howard Smith, very concerned about the lack of rumours and how quiet we've been in this window so far and the lack of quality. Howard, the lack of rumours over the past few days has been minimal. I must admit, there hasn't really been any. But in terms of the window in general, there's been tons of rumours, tons and tons of rumours. That just none of them have materialised. And to be honest, the only deals I really wanted to materialise was Robbie Brady, Van Dijk, and Yedlin. I think if we would have got them 3 players, I think we would have been pretty much sorted. To be honest, like I got them 3 players and a striker, we would have been sorted. We wouldn't have needed anyone else. I just want to wrap them deals up fairly soon. Bradley Snadden, can I just say you're a legend and an inspiration to me as a mate. Everything you've been through, legend. Thanks very much, Bradley. That's very kind of you. Yeah, that means a lot, mate. The Jura fan said, I'd even take Cody McDonald over RVW right now. The guy's worth peanuts. The question to ask is, how much would you be willing to pay for RVW now? Less than $1 million. I think that's unfair. I think in a European league, Ricky would score goals. He scored 9 in France last year. Yes, 4 of them came in the cup, but it's still 9 goals. For a player at a top European division to score 9 goals, you're probably looking at somewhere between 3 and 5 million, I would have thought. Like, clubs would be willing to pay that. I think the clear thing is at the moment is wage demands. Like, I'm not too sure how much he's on. If anyone knows, please do leave it in the comments. I would have thought he's one of the top earners at Norwich, though. If he's not willing to take a pay cut, then that's where we sort of run into problems. I think if he was willing to take a pay cut, there would be clubs out there willing to take him on. For example, the Portuguese league, the Dutch league, maybe the French league, maybe low down in the Italian league where the pace is a bit slower. You know, things like that. He's still a good player. Let's not forget. You don't lose quality overnight. Yes, he had a very hard time at Norwich, but I still, in my eyes, he's still a good player. I just don't think he's a Premier League player. I don't think he's a Norwich player, sadly. Yeah, there's not much more to talk about, to be honest. I've talked about Brady. I've talked about Ricky Van Wolfswinkel. I've talked about the academy restructure. I've talked about my conversation with Chris the other day about us needing to make transfers, maybe a bit more urgent in the transfer window and things like that. Joe Grange, what happened with the Rudy Gusted rumour? To be honest, I don't think there was much in that, to be honest. I know it was a Sky Sports rumour. I think it was the agent trying to stir things up a bit. It's obvious Rudy Gusted is probably better than the Championship, maybe a low-down Premier League team. Actually, I don't know about that. Rudy Gusted is a strange one. I wouldn't pay 5 million for him. I wouldn't pay 4 million for him. 3 million, yeah, maybe. He'd score you, what, 5 to 10 goals in a season, but he's not the quality I want. I want a big player. Someone like Charlie Austin. I know we're not going to get Charlie Austin, but someone like his caliber. Let's splash 10 million. But if we know we can get a decent player in, even like, what's his name, John Guidetti, like we've been linked with him quite heavily. He'd done very well for Sweden, but I'm not convinced he'd score goals. I want someone of Charlie Austin's caliber to come in. Not obviously assured goals, but he'd score a few goals. Just someone like that, I think. That would be really nice to see. Anything else in the comments? Doesn't look like it. Alex Mundy, who do you think will leave this summer? Well, I doubt anyone would want to leave, put it that way, except for Ricky. They're all Premier League players now. And I don't think many of them would be able to make a step up from Norwich City into like a top 6 team. So no one wants to leave. It's a case of who Alex Neil doesn't want at the club. Obviously, we've already released 6 players, which I was really happy about, to get rid of some dead wood. You know, the Carlos Cuellos of the world. Yes, Javier Garrido is decent. The fans loved him, but he's not really a Premier League player. I can't really think of anyone off the top of my head who I want to get rid of. I mean, we're very heavy in the middle. So the likes of Gary O'Neill and stuff probably aren't going to be getting much game time. But they've got experience at the end of the day, and they add a bit of depth in these cup competitions and stuff. So there's not anyone I really want to get rid of, to be honest. I mean, they're all decent players. They'll all cut it in the Premier League, and I don't think they can make the step up. So they're in a strange sort of position at the moment where none of them want to leave, and probably we don't really want to get rid of anyone. So I doubt us selling anyone will be too much. I think that's it. Joe Grange said, I think he deserves a chance. I think he would work well in the Prem in regards to Van Wolfswinkel. I'm not convinced. I don't think he would work well in the Premier League. I hope I'm proved wrong. I just don't think it's going to work out there. Who knows? Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Canary Watch. I think that was episode 9. Thanks for all the support on the latest videos. The latest video got 100 likes. Awesome stuff. 100 likes is always awesome to see. Canary Watch, that's going well as well, isn't it, as a series? Yeah, a few decent videos coming up over the next few weeks. Obviously, it's pretty tough talking about transfers all the time. So let me know if you've got any video ideas in the comment section of this video. I'm hoping to link up with a few ex-Norwich players over the summer and create some decent football challenge videos. There's a little hint for you. Also, I've got Snapchat now. You can head over there and follow me. I think my username's Talk Norwich City. Just type that in. Bit of behind the scenes stuff. Lovely jubbly. And also big news. Big news. I'm just going to throw out the word website. Let me put that out there. Maybe a website coming your way very soon. Who knows? Who knows? Anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you very soon. Peace out.